Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Jason here. Today we're doing a recap of AMC, how AMC today hit 100% utilization, and where I think we're going from here. If you could, make sure you guys go down and slap the like button, not only about the video, but also help some new people learn about AMC. If you're not a sub, make sure you guys hit the sub button below. Remember, next week we do have a giveaway of some AMC stocks over on the public app. If you're wondering what charting system I'm using here, I am using Webull. There's a link down in the description. If you click on that link, sign up, put $100 in, you get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,800. And you also get the tier 2 NASDAQ views 3 months. Now, if you guys are wondering what's wrong with my voice real quick before we get into this, I have a little bit of laryngitis. This happens every year at this time. I hate the weather around here in Nashville. I love Nashville to death. The weather is terrible. It goes from like 70 degrees to like snowing the next day. It snowed last night, and yesterday was actually 70 degrees. So this time of year, always get a little bit of laryngitis. It's great. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Let's keep trucking on. Well, as you can see, today we had a great day. We came back up and pretty much got all the gains that we lost yesterday pretty much, because yesterday going into the market, we started at about $9.75, and we shot all the way down yesterday to about $9.25. But today we got back up to $9.78, where we ended almost above, right here before we went to the end of the market hours right here at 9.81. We did shoot down a little bit to 9.78. Again, we made up for yesterday's losses, which is great. Currently in aftermarket hours, here current at 6.43. We are at $9.75. Now, this is great news. We have even better news that I'm going to go over in a little bit. But again, today was a great day overall. We've seen a good gain of 5.39%, and hopefully we see this continue over into tomorrow. So, typical as always, though, going into the aftermarket hours and the pre-market hours, we've had very, very, very little volume. You can tell this right here. You can kind of tell Robinhood and others can trade. Then you got like places like Webull, like we're using right now, they can trade, 4 hours after and 4 hours before, which is one reason why I recommend them so much. That way you guys don't miss out on gains or times to sell whatever stock you have or something like that at certain times. Today's volume was very low, obviously at 23.53 million. Lower than the usual 48 million, which is the regular volume. So very, very down from that. But again, you don't always need some crazy volume to have some ups in the market. Obviously, if we had better ups today or more volume, we could have been up a little bit more maybe. Yeah, but today we had a lot better buy volume instead of the sell volume, and we went up. Looking over options real quick, these options are filling in pretty fast right here. So right now we do have the $9.50 in the green right here at 13,215. The $9 at 8,343. But if we were to get to $10 by the end of the weekend, which I think we will before the end of the week, we'd have 30,000 right here at $10 right now. At 10.5, we have another 10,191. At 11, we have 12,749. And then at $12, we would have 11,397. Honestly, I think we can get to $12 by the end of the weekend. I know we have a couple more days here. Tomorrow's Thursday, then we have Friday. I wouldn't doubt it. Again, it's only $2 and what is that? 272 right there away. We could do that. I feel like we can hit $12. I hope you guys do as well. Okay, next we're going to go over the Ortex numbers for AMC today. The utilization is up to 100%. So we're up, man. We're up at 100 right now. The last 7 days before that was at 97.50, and that's a change of 2.56%. But us being at 100% right now is great. Days to cover loan is up to 0.91, which is great. The closer we get to 1 is better. The last 7 days before this was at 0.79. That's a change of 14.69%. Shares on the loan currently is at 152.04 million. 7 days ago was at 138.74 million, and that's a change of 9.58%. The percent of free float on loan is currently at 36.41. 7 days ago was at 33.22, with a change of 9.6%. Estimated short interest percent of free float currently is at 23.25. Previously was 21.22, which is a change of 9.57. Exchange of reported short interest last was at 73.82 million. Previously was 49.31 million, which is a change of 49.72%. The biggest news on this one, though, is the 100% utilization number. That's what everybody's going hype about. This is very, very good news in a positive direction for the AMC squeeze. So we're going to go over here real quick to the iBorrow Nest numbers. The short interest fee right now is at 26.1%. Up big right here with a 200,000 short share availability. So the big numbers right now, 100% utilization, and the short interest fee is going up, up, and up. Currently, we're at 26.1%. All very positive numbers. And this right here, we went over this a couple days ago as well in the video. This right here is pretty much what they're paying, the fee they're paying per day, trading day, by the way. So not every day, but an APR they are paying per trading day. That does equal up, and it's not always the same. It does go up and down, just like the short share availability numbers goes up and down as well. It going up is positive news because that's more they're paying on these shares, and hopefully eventually they'll break and buy in. Next, we did have a big order come through today as well. Large print order. This right here was for 310,474 shares for a price of $9.27. The time was 9:30 a.m. for $2.878 million. That's a big number. If you guys are wondering where these shares went, these are shares, again, these large print shares usually go through the dark pools. They do that way the stock price doesn't shoot up all at once like a crazy man. These guys want to get in at a great price. Obviously, they don't want to be buying in over time going up. They go through dark pools. This number will get squeezed into the numbers over the next week or two. So if you guys see these large print orders, that's how the dark pools work. Obviously, there's a little bit of mischief in the dark pools as well. But these large print orders are usually from the bigger investment firms. And a lot of times, there's not really anything shady going on there. That's the reason why the dark pools were made in the first place. Our meme of the day real quick, though. What did you do when the hedge funds were bankrupting good companies for personal profit, Daddy? I bought AMC stock. Held and it squeezed every penny they were worth. GD effing legend. Okay, I want to go over this article real quick right here by Investor Place. The article is AMC stock still looks undervalued here despite a possible share rise. Now, I have went over this a few times. This right here, this guy here is obviously going over what the share price would be without a squeeze. Correct. He's not talking about the squeeze in this at all. He's talking about what the share price is fairly valued at. And again, this right here to me is more for like bigger investors, commercial investors that are coming in, like some of these funds and stuff that are buying into AMC. Positive news like this makes them buy in. They're not buying in most of the time for maybe a squeeze, right? They want to make sure their money and the value is going to go up over time at least. And these articles like this reassure them, which gets us more people buying in, like we just see that large print order. So these are actually really good articles. And again, I agree with this. I've went over this before on the free cash float over the next year. I think the price fairly should be somewhere between $18 and $22, and that's without a squeeze again. This guy right here, Mark Hake, wrote this article, and it says AMC stock is worth 48% more, or $13.88 per share based on the company's forecast. So AMC is undervalued, even though it has risen 282% in the last year, and despite recent share issues fears. Moreover, even though year-to-date AMC stock is up 340% as of April 16th, it's still worth considerably more. The stock closed at $9.33 on Friday, and again, this was last Friday, April 16th. He's talking about April 16th. This article was wrote yesterday. Sales and evaluation. For example, this analysis is based on the company's own forecast that they provide on page 7S for their January 25th, 2021 prospectus. In that filing, the company predicted that Q1 would show 10% of its pre-pandemic attendance, 15% in Q2, 65% in Q3, and 90% in Q4. And the 90% in Q4 is one reason why some of these movies and these companies have moved back their movies showing in theaters until the Q4 of this year. Based on these sales and a 1.5x price to sales multiple for 2021 and 0.86 cents for 2022, I estimate AMC stock is worth $9.08. Even if I used a 1.0 ratio for 2022, the price would rise to $9.88 per share, or a 5.9% above today's market price of $9.33 per share. And again, that was last Friday. You can see these calculations in the table on the right. It shows that an average estimate using the company's own forecast ranges between $8.35 per share and $11.41 per share, the midpoint being $9.88 per share. And again, I've done these numbers myself, and they're pretty much just accurate. Like this guy's right here is. This right here is a sales forecast. This isn't counting the free cash flow model, which is the models I like to use anyway when I'm investing in the companies. The other model I use, again, is a free cash flow model, which is an FCF model. I estimate the FCF this year and next and applied a 3% FCF yield to derive the estimated price. This works out to an estimated price of $17.81 per share, or a 91% above today's price. And what he does to make that $13.88 is he takes the free cash flow model and he's taking the sales model and he's making a medium ground for that. Now, again, that's a great thing to do, obviously, if you're trying to mitigate yourself from any kind of losses. But again, I'd honestly like to go from the free cash flow models for the most part, especially if it's a company I think is going to grow over time a little bit. And I do expect, obviously, AMC to be opening up and growing. So for me, I would rather take the free cash flow model. But you can also take those together and squish them down. But again, at almost $14, it's still very far under the $9 it is right now, which again allows bigger people like commercial investors in some suits to come in and buy in without worrying about losing money on shares right now. And here's this right here again. Here's that free cash flow model for 2021, which is the estimate of $11.14, and the 2022 estimate of $24.47. This is the reason why I said in 2022, I expect, without a squeeze at all, obviously, the shares to be somewhere around $20. He's got $24.47, which is very accurate from what I went over as well. And then average of that is $17.81. Then he took that $17.81, and he took the average of that, and the average of this $9.88, and came up with $13.80. Where's it out here? $13.88 per share. But what this does is, again, it lets bigger investors come in and invest their money like they have been doing the last few days. Every time we do a video, there's more big cash flows flowing into AMC right now, which overall helps us retail investors out tremendously. And this right here is that table. I want to show it real quick again. This right here is a table from the free cash flow model and the sales model as well, which he gets down here at $13.84. I also want to go over really quick this CNA Finance article that came out today. It says AMC stock will fly. Going over it really quick, AMC stock that has become the black sheep of the Wall Street as of late, with an article after article warning investors that they should stay away from the stock at all costs. And we see this all the time. There's so much FUD in the market over AMC and other meme stocks right now. It almost makes you want to just invest in them just because, honestly. And I bet you people do that as well. The war wages on. Recently, retail investors have shown they've had enough of the hedge fund manipulation through short positions that rob small investors of the value of the stocks they care about. The war became clear when GameStop went to tremendous run for the top, essentially becoming a figurative symbol that the retail investors painted on their chests before going to war. Since we've seen short squeezes on several stocks, and in view, it's just the beginning. AMC is the next battleground. With the tension between bears and bulls is heating up. When it comes to AMC stock, to be fair, I'm going to outline both arguments here. So obviously you have the bears here. It's the same thing over and over again, obviously, that the pandemic has made people not want to go out. They want to stay in. They don't want to watch, movies at a movie theater, which is kind of crazy, right? I would argue that those people that don't want to watch movies in theaters and want to watch them at home weren't going to go to the theaters anyway. So it gives a different way for these companies to make some money off their movies, correct? I don't think many people that are staying home to watch these movies were going to go to the theater in the first place. And that's the only argument they have, right? They say theaters are going to go down because of that. I like a lot of these services, man, Netflix or whatever. I'm down with them, correct? I'm down with them. But what I don't think is going to happen is those people aren't going to go to the theaters now because they can all of a sudden stay at home. I don't think everybody wants to stay at home every time, right? And a lot of people aren't going to go see every movie in theaters anyway. So that's what I think about that. The bulls, obviously, I want to be very clear if I haven't already. I'm a believer in the movie theaters. Moreover, I'm a believer in AMC and the company's ability to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, that those with a short positions should stop spreading smut about this opportunity. So what's the deal? Here's the real deal, plain and simple. Movie theaters are an iconic form of entertainment that aren't going anywhere in any time soon. I believe that as well. In fact, I believe we'll see a big uptick in revenue among movie theaters for two very big reasons, and that AMC will be the prime beneficiary of this activity, obviously AMC being the world's biggest movie theater chain. The pandemic could actually revive the movie theater experience. Though the pandemic, consumers have been stuck at home. As vaccines get jabbed into arms, consumers aren't just more willing to go out of their house, which is true, right? They will have strong desire to do so. Again, we've been locked up forever. People want to go out. And that's just how it is, man. Summer's coming, so consumers being willing to travel couldn't come at a better time for the movie theater industry. Summer is the time when the biggest blockbuster releases come. With the summer just around the corner and vaccines finding their ways into arms, there's a strong chance that we're going to see a significant boost in revenue among movie theaters. I think we can all agree with that, obviously, unless you're a big bear man and you're spreading FUD out there. Let's just be honest. If you honestly think people are going to stay at home all the time and not go to the movie theaters, and movie theaters are going to die out, I think you're living in a dream world. The bottom line here is simple. AMC stock represents a compelling opportunity, not only because the retailers are sick and tired of institutions playing with their money, and why a lot of people got into it as well as the reason why I got into AMC, was to hopefully, cost some big boys some money. But because the company, even in the midst of the pandemic, has been able to maintain financial strength because their major recovery is coming from the movie theaters. Considering this, the short squeeze is exciting, but the long-term prospects provide even more to look forward to. And we just went over that in the last article, that even without a short squeeze, you're at least going to double your money right now in AMC, and that lets more and more people flood money into AMC, which again could honestly lead to that short squeeze. Now, nobody knows that the short squeeze is going to happen 100%. I'm not a financial advisor, so make sure you guys are doing your own research. I'm just a crazy man on the internet who's literally wearing some paper airplanes on his t-shirt. You don't listen to people like me. I'm just trying to bring you guys a little bit of facts. Hopefully you guys appreciate that. If you have, make sure you smack the like button down below. If you're not a sub, make sure you guys hit the sub button. There's also a link down below for the Discord. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. There's over 1,300 people in our Discord now. Love to have you guys be a part of the family over in Discord. Also, if you guys want to be a part of the Patreon and stay at the place before anybody else, hopefully make some money, go down and click on that as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, fam.